everyone, welcome to our channel. As you can see, we have a new addition to the family here. This is Waffles the Yorkie. This is his brother Bosley, who just woke up from his nap and really wants to play. I've seen lots of videos out there of puppy hauls, and a lot of them are first-time puppy owners, and they go out and they buy all this stuff that they've heard they should buy for their puppies and show it to you. I've had dogs for most of my life, and of my latest 3 dogs, I had Scout. She was a Westie who I got in 2005, who sadly passed in 2021. We got Waffles in 2017, and now Bosley came to join us in December of 2021. So all the stuff I'm going to show you today is stuff that I've used with all 3 of those dogs. So I can tell you, not only do I recommend it, but I'm going to tell you why I recommend it. So hopefully you'll get some value out of this. Everything that I can, I will link down in the description. So if you see something that you like, go ahead and check down there. And I'll try and put in some timestamps as well. So if you want to skip forward to a section, such as playpens, that kind of thing, just check down below and you can do that. So let's get into it. This section is on collars, leashes, and harnesses. And we wanted to start off with collars, just showing you a few of the options that we got for Bosley off of Amazon. And I say a few because I like to have lots of different collars for my dogs. That's just how I like to do it. It doesn't mean that you have to have multiple collars, but we kind of treat them as an accessory. And so we kind of change it up depending on our mood, or maybe the sweater that he's wearing. Maybe it's if we're going out playing in the water, we might use a webbed one. If we're just going out down the street for a coffee, maybe we'll pull out one of the leather ones, that kind of thing. So the first one is this rolled leather one. It just comes in lots of different options for color. And we just like the shape of it. We just thought it looked sort of modern and sleek. And this next one is something that we found in the cat collar section. Doesn't mean that you can't use it for your small dog though. It fits. Very adjustable in size. And we just love this brand because they've got tons of just cute, super blingy collars with lots of rhinestones and that kind of thing. Very soft on the inside. Waffles has the same one. He wears it quite a lot. And the last one we don't have yet. It's by Blueberry Pets. We just like this pattern of the polka dots. It also comes with a matching leash. The Blueberry Pets brand, there is a wide selection of stuff that you can get with that, from different patterns to different materials, such as leather and the nylon ones. Definitely worth checking out if you're looking for some options in collars. If you've got a small dog like a Yorkie, you're probably going to want to have some kind of a harness for them. Yorkies in particular have issues with collapsing tracheas, so you really should not use a collar to walk your dog. So this is just one example of a harness that we quite liked. It's by Puppia. It's from Amazon, and it's just very easy to put on for the puppy. It just slips over their head, and then this just goes around their middle. It's got the ring in a nice position in the back. It is sort of a breathable mesh fabric, and we just find that these work really well for the little guys. Now, sometimes they're so little when they come home, especially Waffles. I actually had to go and buy a kitten harness because I could not find a dog harness small enough. So I went and bought one for Bosley, but it turns out he's a bit of a chonk-a-chonk. So he actually already fits into this harness, which didn't fit Waffles at this stage for at least another month. But just know that it's an option. If you've got a really teeny tiny guy, you can look at kitten size stuff. The next thing I wanted to talk about was a leash, simply because this was something new that I came across in the last couple weeks looking for some stuff for Bosley. This is by Little Pals. You can find it on Amazon. And what's unique about it, it's called Easy Snap. So it's probably really hard to see, but there's just a little button on the front that you push. Makes it quite easy to get on. What I like about it is it's plastic, it's light, the leash itself is nice and light. And if you compare it with a typical leash that you might find in a pet store, you can see I find these are they're too much for the little guys. They're too heavy, they're too bulky. So not only is it just going to be easier to put on the little teeny tiny rings on their harnesses, that kind of thing, but it's not heavy, it's not bulky. So, and also you're going to want to have lots of poop bags around. We've just found you can get a really good deal on Amazon. The latest one that we bought was a pack of 900 bags. So for 2 dogs, that'll last us a couple months probably. The last thing I wanted to talk about in this section was ID tags. And it's always important to have something on your dog, whether it's their collar or their harness, because if they ever get away from you, it's a quick way to get your dog back. And some people only put their city license on their dog's collar or harness. However, if someone was to find your dog and pick them up and take them home, if they don't have your phone number, then they phone the city, and then the city calls you and calls you down and gives you a little lecture about what a terrible dog owner you are because your dog got out. That may have happened to me once before. So I've just found some kind of tag with your information on the back of it, usually just a phone number, has saved me a few more trips down to dog jail to be lectured again. We just have an absolute love affair with these tags from Rebel Dog. And I'll put a link in the bio down below, and you can use the code Waffles, what is it, Rebel 15 Waffles, to save you 15%. The next section I wanted to talk about was crates. Now again, there are a bajillion crates out there. I'm not going to try and tell you which is a good one, which isn't a good one. I'm just going to show you one that we have, what works for us, and why it works for us. You'll hear lots of people talking about you have to have a crate in order to potty train. I used to think it was so mean. How could you put your dog in a crate? How could you make them sleep in a crate? Until I got to Scout, and I thought, well, let's give this a try. And it works. It does. It works. There's lots of videos online that you can watch about crate training, so I'm not going to go into that. But lots of people also buy those wire crates. I don't like the look of those, and to try and find one small enough for a little, like 2-3 pound puppy when they first come home, I just find these ones are a little bit easier. Of course, you just want to make sure that you get one that's not too big. So we actually have a couple different ones of these plastic ones, so that when the puppies get a little bit bigger, they graduate into a bigger size. That could be something that you avoid if you buy one of those wire crates with a divider in it. But you just want to make sure that it's just big enough that they can fit in it, but you don't want it to be so much room that if they have to go to the bathroom, that they will just go off into a corner and go to the bathroom. You want to make it so that they will actually come and ask you to say that they have to go out. So part of that is just teaching them to hold it and to ask you to go out. One thing I didn't like about this one is it was open on the top and the bottom. And I kind of like to make the crate sort of den-like area, especially when they're sleeping. I'll put a towel over the top of it to make it nice and dark. So I just put some tape along the bottom, just personal preference. You can do that or not. The other thing that I liked about this was the door. You can open in both directions. And because we have another one where the door only opens in one direction, and you may think, well, who cares? What's the big deal? It's not a big deal until you find your crate sitting in a position where you want the door to open in the other direction. What do I have inside of it? Nothing more than just a towel. No sense in getting them anything nice and fluffy at this point. Number one, you don't want them to chew it. Number two, if they do have a mess, you can just take a towel out and clean it quite easily. Now, on the topic of crates, you'll hear lots of people talking about these. I swear by them. They're called a Snuggle Pup. And I've had, the first one that I got was in, gosh, 2003. That was the first time that I saw one with my dog Mulligan. And it's just a simple sort of stuffed toy like this. It has an opening in the bottom of it. Now, when you first buy it, it does come with little heat packs that you can put into it. So the theory is you put this in with your puppy, and if you put a little heat pack in it, you put it in the crate with the puppy, and it kind of maybe feels warm like they're litter mates. However, buying those heat things was going to get way too expensive, so I found you could just fill a little Ziploc bag with some rice. Just put rice in the microwave for maybe 30 seconds, 60 seconds, and then you can just sort of stick that in there, and it just offers some warmth for a little bit. Now, some people worry that your puppy can rip this open, and then of course it could take that heat thing out, or it could take the rice out. But I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is pretty tough Velcro on here. Even I have trouble opening it sometimes. So if you've got a little dog, chances are they're not going to rip it open. But obviously watch your puppy when you first put it in with them. But here's the magical thing about them, is they've got something in here. Well, hello. Hi, is this your Snuggle Pup? Is this your Snuggle Pup? Bosley, he loves this. He's been sleeping with it every night, and even during the day when I work from home. So when he's in his crate while I'm working, he sleeps with it. So here is the magical thing about it. They have something inside of them, and it's in the shape of a heart, but it's just got 2 or 3 AAA batteries in it, I think. When you turn it on, oh, where are you going? He's trying to steal the leash. Let's not steal things. I thought you guys were napping. I thought you were napping. Now you're getting in the way again. Why don't you go find your brother? Go play. Go play. Oh, they're gonna start playing again. To the heart. When you turn it on, it makes this little vibration, and it actually sort of feels like a little bit of a heartbeat. And so when that is in this little Snuggle Puppy, you can actually feel what feels like a little heartbeat. So again, in theory, it feels like when they're in with their litter mates. And I just find it works. It works. Mulligan loved it, Scout loved it, Waffles loved it, now Bosley loves it. And this is actually the same snuggle pup I've had this entire time. So they definitely last. But let me see if you can hear what this heart sounds like. So I don't know if you can hear that or not, but that's just the little switch on the back there. And that's what makes that such a special thing. Let's switch gears to potty training. Pee pads can be a great place to start, but you can't always trust your puppy to leave them alone. You can get holders for the pee pads, but guaranteed they'll still get into them. So here's our solution. We found this on Amazon. We've got a link down below. It is a pee pad holder, but the difference is it has this mesh tray in it, and that prevents the puppies from getting at it and tearing at it. The top just pops off, the pads go inside, and once it's on and snapped into place, the puppies can't get at the pads. Continuing on with potty training, something that I very strongly recommend you have is some kind of spray that you can use to clean up messes. In particular, some kind of enzyme spray that you can get to clean up, because the enzymes actually destroy all the smells that are there versus just using Windex or something like that. So one brand that we really like is this Scout's Honor. This one is the Urine Destroyer. They actually have quite a few in their line. This brand in particular is biodegradable, eco-friendly, pH balanced, no harsh chemicals. So that is something that we like. You can find this on Amazon and pretty much any pet store. If you can't find this, another one we recommend is Roxo and Roxy. And as you can see, this is quite well used. So it's definitely something that we can recommend that works. This last recommendation, stick with me on this one. It is a UV light. And why on earth would you ever want a UV light? I'm going to insert some video footage to show you why. When all the lights are out, when you shine this around, any urine will light up bright, bright, bright on underneath this light. I got this when Waffles was just a little pup, and every once in a while I'd go do a sweep around the condo just to see if maybe he'd snuck off somewhere and had an accident. And then I found it came in quite handy with Miss Scout, who, again, incontinent, she was sneaking around sometimes because she really had to go and she didn't have time to come and ask. So she was making accidents around, and this would just help me find them so that I could get them cleaned up properly. The next topic is puppy-proofing your house, or creating areas to confine your puppy to an area where they will be safe in your house. And I will insert a couple videos to show you a couple of the playpens that we use and why we like them. The first is the Iris 4-panel playpen from Amazon. We like it as it is made of light plastic and it's super easy to set up and move around. The price point is good, so you could buy 2 of them to make a bigger pen. You can see here we are using 6 panels. They come with this little door so your pup can get in and out easily.
One thing to be aware of is because of the horizontal bars, your pup could escape if they are a climber. So you can purchase these mesh tops from Amazon to prevent that. The second playpen we use, yes, we use both, is the Regalo playpen from Amazon. It comes with 8 panels and there is no assembly. There is a gate opening with a safety latch. And we just place it on rubber flooring we found at our hardware store to protect the hardwood from accidents. It is configurable, as you can see here, and you can actually make it into a super wide gate which can cover an opening up to 15 feet. The only thing to note is the opening between the bars could be too big if you have a tiny puppy. That was the case with Waffles, so we just added some plastic panels to it until he was bigger. The biggest thing we like about it is with the vertical bars, little climbers can't get out. And we love how it folds up for easy storage.
Also, talking about puppy proofing your house, this isn't so much about restricting your dog, but it's about deterring them from chewing, because one thing puppies love to do is chew. And we've usually used in the past something called bitter apple. When we went to the store this time, we couldn't find any, and we saw this brand called Bitter Yuck by Nature Vet. Some people say this stuff does not work. It's always worked for every dog I've ever had. I use it on coffee table legs. I use it on electrical cords, kind of anything where the puppy wants to chew. I've used it on the edge of carpets, that kind of thing. The next topic is dog beds. You can never have enough dog beds. That is according to Waffles. I have been through many a dog bed over the years, gotten them from online, from PetSmart, from local pet stores, from HomeSense, TJ Maxx, that kind of thing. Today I'm going to show you a couple of our current faves. There is this one. It's by Nandog. I think this is the Cloud Collection, and it's just this beautiful, soft, puffy bed. We like the cream color. This is the bed that Waffles sleeps in right now. It's very easy to clean. You just throw it into the washing machine, and there you go. Nandog also makes this little dog bed, which when I saw it, I had to try it. I have snoozer beds in the car right now. We'll have to do a separate video on stuff that we have in the car for the dogs. But when I saw this one, I just thought it might be perfect for the puppy. So first of all, it's got this sort of faux vegan leather around the outside, so I thought that would make it quite easy to keep clean. On the inside, it has a removable pillow, so easy to wash, and it has a leash attachment in it, so that when the pup is in the bed, you just attach this to their collar or their harness just to keep them in the bed area. And lastly, it has these straps on the back, and the seatbelt just goes through that. And we've been using this with Bosley in the car, and it's worked so well. Because of this, it just keeps him confined just to this bed, but it's nice and deep, and he feels quite comfortable when he's in it. And he just looks super cute against the black. Finally is the dog bed no one needs. This is the Shark dog bed. You can find these quite easily on Amazon. We do have a link down below. It's just super cute. It comes with a little pillow inside. You can see there's a zipper opening, so it's quite easy to take off and wash if you need to. And Bosley actually kind of likes sleeping in this. It's a little bit big for him, to be honest, but it kind of acts as a little bit of a den. So when he's really tired, sometimes I'll just plop him in this, and he just sneaks in right to the very back of it and has a little snooze. And there's no real purpose for it, just other than it's funny and it's cute. Hi, Dirt. The next topic I want to talk about is toys that your pups can play with. I'll put a few links down below, but honestly, when it comes to toys, the choice is kind of up to you and what your pup likes. You may buy some stuff and find that your pup never plays with it. Some of it's trial and error until you get to know your dog. But I'm going to show you a few examples of just things that have been very popular with my pups over the years, and I'm pretty sure that they'll be popular with yours as well. The first thing is these kind of crinkly toys. They've just got some kind of paper or something in the middle of them, and they just really like the crinkly sound that they make. This one in particular was one of Waffle's favorites. Ropes are another one that I find the dogs quite like. They just like the texture of it. They like to sink their teeth into it, especially if they're chewing. You can play tug with your dog. Lots of puppies like to play tug. Waffles and Bosley both play tug with this. So just some kind of a rope is something that I find they quite like. There is a company called Pet Stages, and they make toys specific for puppies. And typically I would say it doesn't really matter if the toy is specific for puppies. But in this case, this was one that I bought about 5 years ago. I'll put a link to a similar set down below. They don't sell this exact set anymore. But what I liked about this was it was small for my small pups, but it had a variety of things in it. It had a rope, which I can't seem to find right now. Actually, Bosley's playing with it somewhere as we speak. It came with this little thing. It's kind of rubber. It's got different textures on it. When they want to mouth it, it's got a little rope on the end of it. And this was one of Waffle's most favorite things ever. It's just soft rubber, and it's just got these knotted tassels in it. And he just really liked the textures and the chewing on these tassels. And the same company, they also make this one. It's got some little crinkles in it. It's got the tassels that they like to chew on. This one you can soak in water and freeze, so when they are teething, this is something that you can give to them to kind of give them some relief. Then of course there's always the tried and true squeaky toys. These ones I couldn't resist. I'll have links down below, simply because every pup seems to have their own lamb chop toy. And this one was just so teeny tiny. And then Kong actually makes a lot of sort of stuffy toys. What I liked about these ones, they're called ropies, and they actually have rope that runs through it, so they're very tough. But this, again, oh my God, it's a teeny tiny teddy bear, seriously? And actually, it's turned out that this is one of Bosley's most favorite toys. So there you go. The last thing, never underestimate the power of a water bottle. I wouldn't leave your pup unattended, actually, with any of these, but they just like the crinkly sound in this and just carrying it around, and you don't have to spend a lot of money on this. So that's it for us today. We hope you enjoyed watching and got some good ideas for things that you can get for your pup. And we will be doing some more videos where we're going to go in a little bit more depth around some of these topics. We edited some of these a little bit shorter, just so this video wouldn't go on forever. If you subscribe to our channel, of course, and hit the notification bell, then you will get an alert when we post them. Otherwise, just be sure to check back. And if you've got any questions for us, please leave them in the comments. And we'll see you in the next video.